On this video, I am going to be doing a sandwich that I've heard a lot about, I've read about, I've never had one, and I've never attempted to make until now. It is called a Cemita, if I'm pronouncing that right. From what I've read, from what I heard, it's, I guess, the equivalent to like a Mexican Big Mac. But basically what we have here is a quick and easy, I shouldn't say quick, but it is easy, it's very economical, pork sandwich with fresh avocado, cilantro, onions, tomatoes, Oaxaca cheese, usually on a Cemita roll, a Mexican Cemita roll, but I didn't have any, I couldn't find any, so I'm using a just a plain Kaiser roll. So let's get started on this Mexican Cemita. Okay, so the first step of getting our sandwich ready is we got to get our marinade going. So what I have here is some cumin seed, whole peppercorns, I got one whole clove, and I got a cinnamon stick. I have about a half a teaspoon of cumin seed, about a quarter teaspoon or so of peppercorns, one whole clove, and a cinnamon stick. I have some dried Mexican oregano. These are whole oregano leaves. I have some whole garlic sitting in some cider vinegar. I got them together, it's just going to go in the blender. I got an ancho chili, and I got about 6 guajillo chilies. And we're going to go ahead and pull the stem, slice these down, get the seeds out, and we're going to get these toasted as well. And then get them sitting in some hot water for about 20 minutes to kind of reconstitute them. And then we'll do a pinch of salt and some fresh ground pepper. And so let's go ahead and get started on this, on the marinade. Okay, so what we got here is we got our chilies split down the middle. We got the seeds out, the stems pulled, and I'm just getting them on a hot pan just to get some of the oils out. Do this for about a minute or so. Like I said, we just want to get these heated up, and then straight from here they're going to go into just a pot of or a pan of hot water and soak for about 20 minutes. And you can already start to smell the chilies. You know, you can smell the oils of the chilies coming out. These chilies are pretty easy to find in supermarkets. Most common, you know, grocery stores carry, you know, chilies in the Mexican or I guess the international aisle. So these are pretty common, an ancho chili, some guajillo chilies, easy to find. So we'll go ahead and get these in the bowl of hot water and let this start, and we'll get started on toasting our spices. Alright, so our next step, we're going to get our spices in there, toasted up. And this is just going to be about a minute or so. Again, cumin seed, fresh peppercorn, cinnamon stick, and already starting to be fragrant. And I'm going to go ahead and get these out because the pan was pretty hot. And that smells great already. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the ingredients together in the blender. Alright, so now that our chilies have been steeping in hot water, we're going to go ahead and add them to our blender. We got 2 cloves of garlic and about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of cider vinegar. We have our toasted spices here with our cinnamon stick. We got some fresh oregano. Get about a pinch of salt here. We'll adjust later. Black pepper, and I got about a third of the water that the chilies have been steeping in. We'll go ahead and get that blended. We'll go ahead and add more water if we need to. Go ahead and get the sides scraped down. Make sure we get all of this. It's got a good consistency already, so I'm not going to go ahead and add any more liquid. Give it another spin. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a taste for seasoning. I think that's right on. Maybe a little bit more salt. We'll go ahead and get this transferred into our bowl and set aside to sit. And we'll go ahead and get our pork cutlets ready to go. Alright, so here are our pork cutlets that I got. These are pretty thin to begin with, so we're just going to get these pounded out. I'm looking for a really thin pork cutlet here. So usually I'll have some wax paper to do this with, but don't have any wax paper right now. So what I got here is just a Ziploc bag. And that's about what we're looking for there, nice and thin. We'll get these. I'll get the rest of these pounded out, and we'll get the chili marinade on there and get these set up, so they can marinate. I'll see you in a bit. All right, so we got our pork cutlets pounded down, as thin as I can get it. 1/8 inches around there. Got those ready. Here's our chili sauce that we just made. And on my cutting board here, I got a layer, a sheet of some plastic wrap. And what I'm going to do is get one cutlet in there, spread on some chili marinade. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to add another layer. Put another cutlet on top. And just start layering it like you see here, just like making a cake here. Once we get all the layers on, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up tightly in a saran wrap and let it sit in the fridge for a few hours to marinate. In the meantime, while that's marinating, we're going to go ahead and get our avocado, which is going to be kind of like our mayonnaise for this. It's going to add a little cooling, refreshing taste to it, to cut the chili a bit. So I'll go ahead and finish getting these layered up, wrapped up, and we'll get it in the fridge, start marinating, and then we'll start on the avocado, or yeah, we'll get the avocado step going, and then we'll get these pulled out and cooked up. Okay, so here's our pork all layered up, and I'm going to go ahead and tightly wrap this up. And we'll go ahead and get this in the fridge and let it set up for, you can do anywhere minimum 2 hours. You can do this a day in advance, up to 2 days. Obviously, the longer you let it sit, the better flavor you're going to get in. But in the interest of time, I'm going to give it 2 hours. Okay, for our sandwich here, we're going to use just an avocado spread, I guess you want to call it. Got 2 avocados. Go ahead and remove the pit. And go ahead and scoop that into a bowl. This is nothing fancy. We're not going to try to dress this up, and we want the true avocado flavor here. with the chili rub we have, which is, you know, not extremely, you know, spicy. You know, this is still going to add like a buttery, cool, you know, level of flavor to it. So what I got here, you know, is 2 really nice avocados. Got a little bit of the skin in there. Still got a little bit of the skin in there. Get those out. And all I'm going to do with these is just, you know, mash them up, a little bit of salt and pepper to them, not a whole lot, because we're going to add some salt to the pork itself before we cook it. I got my little handy dandy potato masher, and just get that mashed up. This is going to be kind of like our mayonnaise for the sandwich. Just going to hit it with just a touch salt, just a tad bit of pepper. My hands are a little slippery. And that is about all I'm going to do to it. Nice and easy. Done. Nice and fresh. Alright, so we got this waiting. Our next step would be to get our pork cutlets all cooked up. And then we can go ahead and start putting the sandwich together at that point. So let's get going. Okay, so these are our toppings for our sandwich, and I wanted to get these ready and prepared before I started cooking up the pork. Very basic again. I have some white onion. I got some plum tomatoes that I just cut lengthwise, you know, just to get a bigger piece out of it. I got some cilantro, and in here I got some, I guess it's pronounced Oaxaca cheese. It's very similar to mozzarella, so if you can't find Oaxaca cheese, just, you know, use mozzarella. It's the same, you know, it's got the same consistency, the same flavor, the creaminess to it. It's really good. It's almost like string cheese to me, in my opinion. I just roughly chopped this up, nothing fancy. With that and our guacamole, that is all we're going to be doing to this. So it's going to be very simple, very fresh, and easy to put together. So now that I got this all ready to go and setting aside, I'm going to go ahead and get the pork going. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our pork cooked up here. So here's our marinated pork. It's been, like I said, marinated for about 2 hours here. Go ahead and just get these right into a frying pan. I got a little bit of canola oil in there, not a whole lot. And I got the meat temperature about, I don't know, medium high. I'm going to go ahead and hit this side with just a little bit of salt. You can remember the chili paste that we made here for the marinade didn't have a whole lot of salt in it. Just a little bit. So we're going to add a little bit more salt here. And also some fresh black pepper. And these should cook up fairly quick. I turn the heat up a little bit to get them going. I'm going to have a plate with some paper towels ready to go. Go ahead and set that over here. I mean, already you can smell that marinade, that chili is already fragrant in the air, and it's smelling awesome. We're only going to be hitting this about maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes on each side because of how thin they are. quite yet. That was my beer. Take a peek. Alright, go ahead and give you a flip. Got some nice color on them. Give another minute and a half, 2 minutes on this side. And that's the color we're looking for. We want to get these nice and toasted. And again, I'm only using about a tablespoon and a half of canola oil here. I'm sure you can use any other oil, but I didn't want the flavor of the oil to overpower the marinade. So I wanted to use a neutral oil. But I'm sure this would work with vegetable, corn, olive oil would be good. These are just about done here. We'll probably give them another 30 seconds, 40 seconds here. Oh yeah, and by the way, these are my new bobby flay pans that I got for Christmas. I want to thank my mother-in-law for the gift. These are pretty amazing pans. I've been cooking a lot in them lately, so. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take these off. These are done. I'm going to go ahead and get the other ones cooked up. And once these are all cooked up, we'll go ahead and start assembling our sandwich at that point. So let me go ahead and get that done, and when we get back, I'll be putting this together. Alright, let's go ahead and start putting this sandwich together now. So what I have here is some fresh guacamole that we made earlier. We're going to go ahead and hit this up on both sides. Get some cilantro in there. Get some white onion. Tomato. We'll get 2 nice pieces of our pork here. Get some of that Oaxaca cheese on top. And that's about it. Here we go. So here's our sandwich all put together. It's looking pretty good, actually. Let's go ahead and give this a try. Oh man. I think my wife will even like this one. This one's pretty good. Well, here's my first attempt at a Mexican Cemita. I think it came out pretty damn good. That chili rub that I made is pretty awesome. I think it would be pretty good on some baby back ribs as well, but we'll just start with this. So give this a try. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions, shoot me a comment, and thanks for watching. I want to go ahead and thank Greg from Ballistic Barbecue for hooking me up with a t-shirt, and thank him for all his help that he's all his advice he's been giving me to help me with my YouTube channel. And here we go.